Okay, it is Monday, June 6th, 8:20. I was off pretty much all last week. I didn't trade Monday. We went to see some relatives. Tuesday, my mom got into town. Wednesday, my sister got into town. Looked at the market a little bit Thursday, and then Friday, watched it for an hour. So I traded a total of, I think, 3 hours last week. So pretty much had the week off. So this week I'll be back on track. I may have to take off Wednesday, but um, yeah, I'm back. All right, let's look at some levels here. So we've got to push higher. Let me adjust our overnight level. 41.59. There we go. All right, I need to adjust that one little smidge more. All right, so we're keeping in mind that it is a Monday, that the market is going to be setting up, trying to determine which way it wants to go. So I've got levels set here. We've got our 1 minute on the right, 15-minute on the left. I will, of course, zoom in on these. I will be marking the first minute of trade, the high and the low. We just refer to that as the opening range. And that's going to be about it. I'll be right back just before the open. Okay. All right. Got just about a minute before the open. Try to get the daily into view here. Here's our daily chart. We're opening up right around 41.50. So we've been in this range for all of last week. I mean, Monday was a shortened day. So all the full days we've been in this range. We've also got, here's our overnight action. So from Sunday evening, open low. And then we've just pushed up the whole time. Here's our 5 minute over here. Usually once we get going, I collapse this, but I just refer to it for overnight price action to see if there's any significant levels. This 25 to 27 area may be significant. We're gapping higher. Looks like our high on Friday was 41.42 half. All right, here's our opening range. Right here. Looking to fill the gap again. The gap is down here, about 41.42. So we've got to be mindful of like what is important and what is noise. A lot of times on the 1 minute chart, there's just a lot of noise. But when price comes to important levels, the movements it certainly has more significance when it gets to levels that are more important. A rainy day here today. See if we fill that gap, take out 41.45. There's no news out this morning, or really today, I don't believe. Like nothing, no economic indicator news, I should say. There can be news any minute, but of the day, but there's no like scheduled news regarding economic data coming out. I'm gonna sell just a little bit here. I'm in 30% of my allowable position. I'll be wrong and go above this node right here. I'm just looking to get out pretty quick, just a little scalp. Like I said, I'll be wrong. Here, my stop's gonna be just right above here, or right around here. All right, I bought a third back here. There we go. Bought another third right there. And we'll see if we get any follow through with it. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put my stop at break even, I suppose. Oh, no, I'll watch it. I'll go in a minute. I'm in small enough. So there's the gap fill. Not really anticipating too big of a move. That can always change though. Alright, let's see here. Now I'll just hold my stop against this level right here. There we go, that's a good level. So again, on this one I wasn't looking for much. Got out of 2/3 of my trade pretty quickly. Just like a quick little, cute little scalp. Looking for a target. It's hard to say. All right, I'm flat. I'm just flattened out right there. So good little scalp. See if we take this out. So the gap is filled, not from the other day's close, but from the other day's high. So we came down, at least filled the gap from the high price action of Friday. So it's good to know where you're at, right? Like, got short right around here. Knew I'd definitely be wrong if we got above here, but this one was looking kind of weak. So was mindful though that I wasn't having a really big profit target on that guy. Just took a few points on it. I guess on that trade I just did, I figured if we came up here, we couldn't take that out. We came down again. Being that the gap was so close, I thought surely we could see a little continuation down to 42.5 to fill that gap, and that's what happened. So it's a good read. So Bull's bringing it back pretty good here now. Was wondering what they do here at that node and then here. So let's see. Might be a spot to get long. Trying to decide if I want to do that. If I want to get long here and then add, if we pull back, and then I'd be wrong below 40. Definitely a good little about face there. Down, popped right back up. So we'll ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do, and is it doing a good job? Early in the week yet, it's a Monday, we're 14 minutes in, so we can certainly have some movement. Don't want to rush the trade. I want to develop a thesis. I don't want to watch, develop a thesis for I think what might happen, and then almost let the market kind of prove itself, like show part of its hand. Maybe I don't see part of it, but maybe it just like lifts up a little corner of the card. I can see part of its hand. I think, okay, right? Like nothing's for sure, but it seems like it's going to do this. So I'll let it kind of prove itself and then look to jump on board with whatever direction I think it could be going. It could be that we get a lot of good setups this morning. It could be that I don't take another trade. It could be one and done. So we will watch closely, carefully. So here's our 15-minute right here. We had a day, what was that? Let's see. Friday. Kind of got 40 line as a 49 is another area too. Suppose you could get short here, you'd be wrong above like 41.54. Pretty good pop up, then a rejection here, just looking at the tempo. So let's see. Keeping in mind like where we're at context wise on the overall, like on the daily chart. It sold them off pretty good. Got up here close to the overnight high. Sold them off. Good head fake by the bulls. So we took out this high here. We must have ran some stops because it's come right back down. Looking at 15 here. Thinking I might try to enter a short. The question is, where would I like to get involved? Where, oh where? We'll watch it here. Give it a little time. Not in a hurry. Guess next target could be that 27 to 25 area that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to sell a little bit more right here. I'll possibly look to add if we get up a little bit higher. Really don't want to see it get above too much above this. Looking for high 20s for a target. So yeah, looking for about another 10 points lower. I'm in 30% of what I'll allow myself to get into size-wise. I might lighten up just a little bit here, then look to add if we get higher. I'm gonna take a little bit off the table right here at break even. So I'm just in 25% of what I'll allow myself to trade. Looking for a target down here in the high 20s. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. I'll watch and see if we fail at this level. Wondering if we get a little pop above and then fail. Haven't added any yet, but I'm a little tempted to. Gonna wait and see if we get a push up and then failure and then continuation in the downside. Keeping in mind that I could be completely wrong. Just because I have a premise, just because I have an idea, doesn't mean that I'm right. Right. Got another 7.5 minutes till we put in a new 15-minute bar. Over here, like to see it stay somewhere below this opening range area. Just giving it some time to develop. So it came down to that 41.42. Let's watch and see what it does if it comes down here again. Pretty good rejection there at 47. If it breaks 42.5, I might look to add some more. I'm going to sell just a little bit more right here. Alright, so I'm in 35% of what I will allow myself to trade. Looking for it to pierce this low right here. Might lighten up if we pop above this level here. Need to see it get below 42.5 to show me that it's going to do what I think it could or should. Keep it in mind, I could be completely wrong on this trade. Just like any trade, right? You just never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen, and something will happen. All right, another 4 minutes till we get a new 15-minute bar and a new 5-minute bar. Looking a little weak here to me, but I'm mindful that they could run stops if we get above this level here. Let's see if they do it here. So again, down to 42.5. Another quick bounce off of it. Want to see if we can push below this level, and then I'm looking for 30 to kind of 27 down in here if we can get it. Another 3 minutes till we get a new 5-minute bar. This one might make me wait a little bit. Yeah, 49 to 50, that's the battle zone I'm intending, or I'm expecting to see. Figure if we get up too high, I can always unload and lighten up a bit. Not married to the trade. Haven't said my vows to this trade. I'll be with you for better or for worse. Let's see if they run some stops here, what they do. I'm going to sell just a little bit more right here. Not a whole bunch. That could have been it. Let's see. We'll see if that little bit holds right there. Again, watching 42.5. That's the level I want to see it come through. Just stalling out here so far. Mindful that we're going to be getting a new 15-minute bar here in a minute, so see if we waffle and waver a bit, or if we push down or push up. I'll watch and see if we take this level out. I'm in 40% of my allowable size. Looks like we are going to push higher, folks. All right, I'm stopped out of that position. Thought we were gonna have a little breakdown there, and we didn't. Here's our yeah, it wasn't looking good when the 15-minute totally reversed. So we're coming down here, hanging out here. Thought we might come up to here and then fail, push lower. That obviously didn't happen. Now we're above this this area of congestion, if you will. All right, so I had one good trade here for a short. Had another trade here for a short. Didn't work out. Got stopped out. Probably gave that one a little bit too much line. I probably should have had a stop around above this area. And when in actuality, I got out right here. So I thought we'd come up here. Looked like we would push lower. It held that 42 level. Now we're just going up. So good stop run on both ends, right? We come up here, ran some stops, pushed down. Looked like we ran some stops down here and then hung out for a while. It took a little while to build up some steam, and then we had a good little blast off there. Volume got quite a bit lower in this area here. So pretty big 5-minute bar, pretty powerful. kind of interesting, the symmetry of this and then this here. I'm gonna sell some here. Feel like we could be a bit more rotational. We are above the overnight high, so that's bullish. It's bullish until we're not above it. Gonna watch and see how this 5-minute bar closes. I'm gonna sell a little bit more right here as well. Okay, new 5-minute bar, new 1-minute bar. Bears want to see it get below the green dotted line there, the 4160 area. Let's sell a little bit more. Next 3 minutes until we put in a new 5-minute bar and a new 15-minute bar. They'll be important. Perhaps I was front running that one a little bit, shorting it here. I feel like I probably should wait for a little bit more of a breakdown. Okay, another minute and a half till we get a new 15-minute bar and a new 5-minute bar. Man, that's weird. I've got these. I don't want MSN. I don't want that. Huh. Well, let's see if the Bulls run it up or if the Bears squelch the party. I'm short at this level. Want to see it pull back in into this overnight high level. What I don't want to see is it to come down here, touch it, and then get right back up in this range that we've been at here. Alright, looks like the Bulls got a little bit more in them. Like they're gonna try to push higher here. And whether it's an explosive push or a grind higher, that is the question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in 45% of what I will allow myself to get into as far as the position size. Alright, let's watch this 60 level, and then there was another overnight level that was important too. 60 to 57 really. So this level to this, we're gonna see if we can't get below that. Come in, take this out, and then hopefully get down to this level down here. Okay, I'm buying back just 10%. There we go. Is that 10%? Yeah, 10%. Okay, so it came down to here, 60 to, what I say, 57, high 57s, looks like 57 and a half. Pierced it, let's see if it comes up and takes this out now. Let's watch it. So good scale out, Probably should have scaled a little bit more in my position, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay, so let me pull up, let's see if this is any significance here. Here's our overnight. This could be support down here. So mindful of that, this 54, then this as well. However, if we get through this, I would look for some continuation to test into the 40s, and then again, still got that price target of the upper 20s, so we'll see what we can get with that. All right, we'll see how it acts up here. Here's our 5-minute too. So definitely some congestion between this area and this area. We'll see if we bounce and continue higher, or if we pull back in and come down into this area here. Here's our 5-minute chart, if this helps at all. I'm of the persuasion, that's why I shorted it, that we come back down into this area. Keeping in mind that I could be wrong, so I've got stops in place. So next little battle zone is this like 61 area here to 57. I'm going to add a little bit more right there. See if we can come down to this 55 here. Now if we just stay up here and hang out for a while, another 10-15 minutes, don't really get below that 55, I would look for a push higher. Certainly got the lessening volume here again. Lighter volume down here. So the question I asked them, is this a spot where we just kind of come, hang out, do what I call a curl, hang out here, camp? Remember earlier I talked about we need to get below this overnight high. If we just hang out here and can't pierce it, you would think that we would make a continuation of a move higher. So far, bulls are defending that area pretty well. And it's not surprising, as on the 5 minute, like I said, we've got a lot of, not a lot, but enough business was taking place between this 47 to about 60 area here on, looks like Thursday. Okay, watching the 5 minute here, watching the 1 minute. Got another 5 minutes till we put in a new 15-minute bar. We are holding above 4160. So we'll watch and see if this is where the bulls hold it, or if they give up here and the bears take control and we push back to say 4150. So they're fighting him at 57. Don't like that we can't get through that. I'm going to buy just a little bit back right there. Okay, so I'm in 45% of the original position. I'll buy some right there at 57 too. So now I'm just in 40%. I'm sorry, I'm in 40% of what I will allow myself to get into. So those two taking profits there, I scaled out of 20% of the position. And again, keeping in mind, I want to see it break below this 55. I don't want to see it come down to 55, spend several minutes above that. That to me, that's no bueno. So like on the 5 minute here, you can see I don't want us to come up here, spend a lot of time here, and then just blast off. I don't want that. It's a good scale out area down at that 57 level. That was what gave us a little problem last time trying to get below it. gonna say I had a level where I thought about maybe lightening up a bit more. And that was it, sort of that 65 level. All right, almost got a new 15-minute bar, almost got a new 5-minute. Let's see if we can get back into this 50s area, or if we just continue to hang out here and then push higher. Gonna be watching this level down here, this 57, see if we hold it or if we break it. I haven't added anything yet. Trade I've been in a little while. Usually most of my trades work out pretty quick. Within about, I mean, some scalps I take, it's within a blink of an eye, but other trades it's within 10 to 15 minutes. I've been in this one for a little bit now. Probably a little bit longer than I want to be. I was getting short up around here. We'll let this next 5-minute bar close and see where we end up, and then I'll make a decision if I want to stick with this short or just get out of it. So we'll ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do, and is it doing a good job? Right now it's trying to stay bullish. Had a nice push up here, kind of curling as I mentioned earlier. So far it's doing a good job of staying bullish. I am short. So I've initiated a sell position. See if we get some follow through here, or if we come right back in. All right, 5 minute bar is almost done. See if we trudge higher now or if we sell them off. So far, we've held this level. We've held that 60 nicely, so it seems like we should push higher. Market not doing a great job of that just yet. It could be stalling out here just waiting for more buyers, or there could be some sellers getting involved. I'm going to sell a little bit more right here. Looking for it to get under 60, see if we can't get that. All right, I'm going to buy back 10% right here. There we go. Really need to see take out this 57 level. All right, so far we're holding that 60 area nicely. Got another, 2.5 minutes until we get a new 5 minute bar. This should be, it seems like the bulls are kind of giving up at this level. So we'll watch and see where this bar completes. Obviously, I'm bearish from this level, so I don't want to see this one be green and stay above here. If we can come down a little bit lower, that'd be ideal. And I feel like if we do that, we could in fact be rotational, maybe visit here, and then this level down here. Keeping in mind though that my thesis, my premise could be completely off, completely wrong. In trading, you've got to be mindful that that can be the case. So each time we come down, the bulls are just buying it right back up. They're just pushing it right back up. Is this time different, or do we just, so meaning different, is this time different where we come lower, or do we just hang out in here for a while and then look to push a bit higher? That is the question. Okay, one more minute on the 5 minute bar. Let's see where we end up here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, here's our area of business where we did a lot of business here. So far we've come up, now in the short term, we've come up, kind of held that level, staying above it. So feels to me like we could get at least down back into this area. It'll be dependent. I think this, like I said, I think this 5 minute bar is going to be important. So we'll watch and see how that one closes out. So right now our battle zone is definitely between 41.65 to the upside and 41.60 to the downside. I'm going to sell some more of this right here. Right, so we held that. Let's see if we continue up with it. 5 minute looking bullish. I'm bearish. Means I'm a seller. So looking like we come up, held this. Let's see if we can get some continuation through and push higher, or if we come lower. $15-minute looking bullish as well. Neither side is really out of the woods yet, because we're not above 65, we're not below 60. So in my mind, this is kind of that battle zone, that battle area. Okay, I feel like if the bulls didn't get it right there, that this could be the bears' opportunity to sell it. I'm going to sell a little bit more right here, feeling that we break this and come down in. At this point, if we get much above 65, I know I'm wrong. There we go. I'm going to buy a little bit back right here. Not much. So I'm in 55% of my allowable size. Want to see it break this here. Looking for another scale, maybe at 55. Don't really want to see this thing get much above 65 here. That wouldn't be cool. Okay, I thought the last bar would be important to see where we close, but this one will be just as important too. So last one was a doji. We tried coming up. They sold it off at that 65 level. And now we'll see, we got another half minute to watch and see where this 5 minute bar closes. Okay, so there we go, right? 65 to 60. That's our battle zone. Who wants it more? Bulls or the Bears? Okay, so for me, this isn't a typical trade as far as time frame. Again, I mentioned usually within about 10-15 minutes it starts moving my direction. We're hanging out still above the 60. So I was entering this thing back at 9:07. It's about 9:47 right now, so I'm 40 minutes in. Still going to stick to my guns on this one. I think there's potential that we do push lower, but always mindful that I could be dead wrong. Let's see if we can finally get a push lower here. Hmm. It's a mixed bag at this point. Still feels bearish to me, but Bears haven't been able to push it lower with any strength, with any conviction. Oh man, looks like the Bulls are coming for it here. Yeah, so we've got kind of this curl, pause. Looks like the Bulls charge this thing and take it higher. So as I mentioned earlier, this is what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see it come down here, meander, hang out for quite a while, and then just continue the move upward. So they're selling at 65 again, but bulls haven't been able to get it above 65. Bears need it below 60. This to me is looking bullish. However, I'm bearish. So if we get a big thrust downward, I'll be looking to add to my position. I'm going to sell some more right here. Yeah, there we go. With the tight stop. Okay, there was that curl pushing higher. So far, just kind of drifting higher. Above 65 now, that was our battle zone. Looking for a push down below. If we get a push down below here and a little bit of a bounce, I'll look to add to it. Feeling like this could be the move. Let's watch and see. 5 minute just looking kind of wonky, kind of ugly here. So we've come up, holding this area. I am short from above. Wanting to see it get below. Want to see it at least come down to here. There we go. See if we get a bit of a move now. This is the move I was wanting to see. So I'm not in. Haven't exited out of anything just yet. That's kind of the sell-off I was looking for right there. Want to see if we can get a little bit lower yet. Need to see it get below this 60 level. Can't do it. So again, 65 to 60, that's our battle area. I almost scaled some here, but I decided not to. I wanted to try to give it a little bit of room to see if we couldn't push a bit lower. get back into this zone here. So there's a peak above 65, a quick push lower down to 60. Now we're right back here in the middle. So structurally, it seems a little bit broken, as the bulls would have expected to see this be a green bar where we come up, close higher. So the structure of this, as far as like getting bullish, to me it doesn't look great. Looks like the odds favor us at least coming down to here and then potentially here. So we'll see what we can do now. See if we can get a bit lower. And if we do, this will be it for me, for my trade. Okay, I'm going to buy just a tad right here, not much. I buy some back, that is, from my short position. Same with right here. Okay, so again, we're down to 60. Decent scale out area there. Kind of scratch my head at this point. Bulls keeping it strong. Hey, so Bulls still in control. I mean, we came up, they sold it off at 65. They're keeping it above 60. Got another, looks like 2 minutes until we get a new 15-minute bar. I thought on that move that we should have taken out 60. So we'll see what we do up here now. I'm going to put my stop above this level right here. Partial stop. I'll leave a little bit on if we get above there, but not much. So we've got some drift here. Got some drift higher. Let's see if this little node holds. All right, so here's our 15-minute. We've held above here for almost an hour now, held above this line. All right, there's 65 again. Bull is trying to get above 65. And it could be, folks, that maybe that's it. We push up here and then just rotate and hold this the rest of the day. Let's look at our daily chart. Always want to be mindful of that. Again, 15-minute looking pretty bullish here. I've got most of my stops just right above this level here. I might put all of them there. All right, 55. Okay, 5-minute looking bullish now. Come down, held this area. Looks like we go ahead and try to run up. Looks like that is the plan of attack. 15-minute also looking pretty bullish. So again, we couldn't get below 60. See, see what we do at 65 here. We'll want to see how that 5-minute bar closes out. See this time if we can get them below 60. For a guy who's short like me, a seller up above, it would be nice if we can push it below 60. That is certainly what I'm looking for. I'm going to lighten up just a little bit, buy a little bit back right there. All right, let's see if this is it here. May not be. I might just be seeing things. So I'm still short. I've been short from over here. I've taken out a few times. I've kind of scaled out, added, scaled out a little bit. So don't just love it here. I scaled out a little bit more as it came down to here. I'm in 50% of the allowable size that I'll let myself trade. So I'm not heavy in this one, but meh. Don't love it. Not married to it. Looking kind of bullish here on the 15-minute. Just holding this area. Looking to see if we can't come down into here. But I'm mindful, again, of the daily chart and where we're at. And truthfully, we're looking bullish. I'm pleased with the management of this trade. I mean, it's not a great trade until it is, right? But for me, a lot of the trades that I take out, they work out a lot quicker than this one here. So, might even consider getting a little bit lighter here at this level. But I'm gonna stick with this guy. See what happens. So the Bulls having none of it. They're defending that 60 level pretty good. Definite battle zone is 65 to 60. Let's see if they push us through 60 now. Not yet. Bulls say not today. Okay, this is looking better to me. Here we go. Feel like this could be it now. Let's see if we can get that push lower like I was anticipating. I'm gonna buy back just a little bit more right here. Okay, so it took a little bit of a profit there. It's been good scaling, kind of, back and forth, but I'm still looking for a little bit bigger of a move to happen here. There we go. All right, so again, we're going to want to watch 41.55. So that one just took a little bit to develop, didn't it? So let me pull up the 5-minute. I'm going to buy a little bit back right there. Okay, so I'm still in 2/3 of the original position. I'm in 40% of what I will allow myself to trade. Was getting short up here around 64. Would scale some, kind of take some in and out as we were just floundering here. Looks like it's a failed move above, so I'm looking for us to get down here. Maybe even take out the low of the day, but we'll see. Gotta be nimble. Gotta be quick on my toes on this one. But we're back in. Look, I was looking to get back in this range, so I'm gonna take some off the table right here. I'm still in half of the original position size that I took. Gonna scale out of a little bit more right here. So I suppose that was the tell, huh? Like coming up here, down, and then kind of rounded, but we had, some other areas that looked like it was going to be that as well. All right, so I'm in 45% of the original short that I had. I'm going to buy back a little bit more right here. There we go. So that one's working out nicely. Let's see if we can get some follow through. Oh, there it is. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Still got that, I guess target level would be like high 20s, call it 30. So that's a nice failed move there. Coming up, was looking bullish. I was short, thinking that it could be kind of a fake. It was. Now we're back here below the opening range, looking to see if we can't take out this low of the day. I'm still in 45% of my original position with a trading size of 25% right now of what I'll allow myself to get into. I'm gonna scale a little bit a little bit more right here. Okay. Got some good 5-minute bars there. So up above now. So here's that area I was looking for. Here, let me pull up the 5-minute. So here's that. Let's see. Here's the area where we did some business the other day, right? I kept talking about, well, when we were up here, I was talking about 65 to 60 being a battle zone. We held that for quite a while. Was looking bullish here, and I said, as I was getting short, I was mentioning like it's looking bullish. It's looking like we could just continue higher, and we very well could have. But the thought was that we kind of come back in, try to get into this this trading zone here, and then fail, come a little bit lower. So yeah, that's in fact what we did. Gotta figure I'm still in 1/3 of my original position from shorting up above around 64. Want to figure now my stop that's in place where I'm wrong, and then a runner where I want to where I want to move the stop to, and then what my target's going to be. So pretty good 5-minute bar there coming down. Mindful though that we could have pierced there, hold here, then we come back and get stuck in a range up here. So I'm aware of that. All right, so in fact, that was my trade. I mentioned here, when we were selling off, like, okay, this is going to be it for me. Kind of this trade for the day. That's what I'm looking to do. So I might scale some right here. Look at the 5-minute chart real quick. I'm going to scale just a little bit more right there. Looking for the final move to be down to the 30s to high 20s. Looking to see if we can't get that. Okay. Oh, remember 42. So we'll be mindful of 42. Let's watch and see if we get a bump there or if it just goes right through it. It's fun when we come back to like areas that were significant before and see what happens at that level. It's interesting. Okay, ran right through it. That's good. Good for that short position. Watching this 30 level. Seeing if we can't come down there. And I'll take off the rest of the trade that I've got on. Scaling out of a little bit right here. Okay, I've just got on 1/6 of my original position. Looking to come down here and we'll be done for the day. That'll be a wrap. There we go. Very nice. Well, this one certainly took some time. I'd say perhaps I rushed the gun or jumped the gun a little bit. I'm scaling right here. Just another 8. So I'm in, I was in 1/6. Now I'm in 1/12, looking for somewhere down here. I'll hold the trailer to this point here. If we get above that, I don't want it. And I'll look to get out of this thing down here somewhere. Yeah, I might even pull the trigger and get out of this now because, again, of where we are on the daily. Let's do the daily. So here's our daily. We were up here. That high 20s level kind of coincides with this open on this bar and this close on this bar. So that was my thought for getting out of that level. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should wait. No, I mean, that's the thing with trading, right? Like, maybe I shouldn't get out at high 20s. Maybe I should wait and let it push down to 40. Okay, got another minute or so. So it's a pretty good move on the 5-minute bar, looking at it. Had nothing but selling the last 15 minutes. Came below our 42 level, right? So we had a little bit of a pop there, and then it just sliced right through it. So we'll see if we can't let this thing push a little further here. I'm going to flatten right there. All right, there we go. Flatten right at 30. I'm out. I'm outie. Okay, well that one took quite a bit longer than I like, but was a nice payoff in the end. Pleased with it. Managed it well. Good risk to reward on that one for sure. So again, just to recap, let's see, when was it? So earlier in the day I had a quick, and I mentioned it would just be a little scalp here, got out, ran some stops, came up here. So that was a good little profitable trade. This one was not. I was getting short right here. Added a little bit, added more, came up. Probably should have had a stop here, but I had my stop right up here, thinking that this 57 to 60 could be a significant area. And in fact, 60 was significant. We just didn't know if it would be significant resistance or support. So we got up here. I liked it short from this area here, so started shorting. Would skill out a little bit here, but just kind of kept my core position. This is a trade that I didn't love only because of the time it took to develop. And then got out, well, let's see, added some more as we got in here, and then had a nice core as we finally broke down, got back into this range that I mentioned from earlier, the range being pretty much seen on the 5-minute chart. So we were up here, was looking bullish. All the people who were bulls, who were convinced that it was going to go higher, I figured on this one, even though it was looking bullish, that if it failed, there could be a nice break below, and which there was. So came up, held that support for quite a while. 41.60 to 41.65 was our battle zone. Couldn't do it, and then was looking for a retracement back into this area where we did business. Came down in there rather quickly, and so I had the conviction to try to hold it for the last little runner here down here at 30. Was looking for high 20s. I usually take money off the table too quickly. That is a fault of mine when I'm trading. But yeah, got out at 30, 41.30, my last little piece. I'm pleased with that. Today, don't know. I got to wrap up here, but could be some interesting back and forth rotational movements for sure. If we do go lower, you definitely want to watch this overnight low, 41.05. If we get that low, I'd be looking for a pullback somewhere up to here to short it, and then continuation down. I'm wondering though with this market if this is kind of where we stall out, somewhere around 41.30. We strengthen up, hold here for a while, and then ultimately try to get it back up above here. So who knows? It's anyone's guess. There's some times where you get an idea and it just takes time for that idea to kind of flesh itself out. Always try to think of the trade in review as I'm just looking at this one, like how I was navigating it. Watching it come up to here, and I always look for little tells where there were little nodes. I mean, certainly after the fact now it's very easy to see. So we came up here, failed. I suppose you could even add it as we got below that 57 level, being that this was, so let's move it here. Let's go back in time. Let me go one more notch back in time. Let's see. Oh. We try to move it. Come on. Ever so slightly. Come on. Right there. There we go. So this was looking bullish here, especially when this candle was green. So it makes sense that for the guys who are getting long, that maybe 41.57 would have been a good stop for them, which it was. Continued lower. Let's see what we do now down here. Keeping in mind our range the last 4 days has been here to here. So 41.60 to 41.05. That's been our range. It's been our sweet spot. Right now we are smack dab in the middle of the range. So the question is, do the Bulls hold it here, drive it higher, or do the Bears push a little bit lower, and then we find some strength and try to push up and maybe close there? I don't know. Hard to say. All right. Anyone who's watching, hope you had a great day. Hope you traded well. And that's going to do it for me.